Hello, my name is Lebranka. I'm going to teach you how to use my scripts for generating ragdolls. Basically what this does is create physics body. It can be spawned. Uh, what I'm doing here is I'm using some of the settings here from the physics tab on the armature itself, so you can customize it a bit. I might do it with a user interface later on, but for now this is the way we're going to go. So anyway, you can set up a collision group and collision mask so that the physics body doesn't collide with your controlling cube. See? So here I have collision group 2, and I have the collision mask on the armature set. I just press shift and click on here. So now this collision group, the physics body will not collide with, so will effectively have a physics body not collide with the controlling cube. Right? So then another thing you can customize here is collision margin here, and damping and rotation damping. This is so the physics body doesn't go so crazy. Then you can adjust elasticity and friction. Alright? This is the way I've set this up. So after you've done that, you can just put it to no collision again. Doesn't interfere with anything. Then what you'll have to do is put your pose into your armature into res pose. There is your T pose here. Well, at least in my case, it's a T pose. If you don't have a T pose animation like I do here, what you can do is enter into pose mode, select everything with A, and then press Alt G, Alt R, and there you go. Alright? I'm just going to go with this here. One thing here, if you have inverse kinematics, if your rig uses inverse kinematics, you want to set those up before you spawn the physics body, just so the script knows that there is I key and can set things up appropriately. Once you've done that, you just open up here Ragdoll setup. Ideally, you should have these 3 scripts open. I mean, for this to work at all, you will need these 3 scripts. So open them up. In the future, obviously, I would just have it all more set up so you don't have to open everything. But I'm kind of busy and I haven't been able to structure this as a proper module. So for now, this is what you'll have to work with. Anyway, once you've set things up and you have all the scripts opened up, you just select your armature, press run script. Alright? And what this does, we have here our physics body. Okay? And here, how do you call this? A group instance of this physics body. So we can spawn it in more efficiently. Then our armature, excuse me, here. This is logic that I had on here previous to this. So okay, we get this here. Pretty simple. We have a run armature actuator, a Python module, and this is called always, but it's actually a delay that runs on every frame. You can just put on a delay and always here, if you so like. I prefer a delay for some reason. Don't ask me why. And you also get a couple of how do you say? A couple of game properties here. So ragdoll toggle, this is the most important one. If this is set to true, then the body will ragdoll. Okay? If set to false, nothing will happen. The other one is ragdoll clear. What ragdoll clear does is if the body is not ragdolling or not transitioning from ragdoll to not being ragdolling, which is in the middle of blending between the 2 states, then ragdoll clear will be true. So to demonstrate this, I'm going to add a keyboard sensor to R, and I'm going to have here a property actuator. And I'm going to toggle ragdoll toggle property. Now you can see, if I press R, the body ragdolls, and you see ragdoll clear is false, ragdoll toggle is true. As soon as I press R again, ragdoll toggle goes to false, but ragdoll clear will not be true until the blending is over. Okay. So you can use forgive me. You can use this to know when you're in the middle of getting up, so you can have different animations. So here for a quick demonstration, going to have 3 sensors. Alright, one is when clear is true. I want this section here, walk. I'm going to set it to saturation stuff. Yeah. Going to use an AND. Oh, let me level this so I don't get confused. Clear true. And we're going to have another property sensor. And we're going to say if ragdoll toggle is false, that is, we're not ragdolling. And I'm doing it like this because I want to add in another property sensor here. Let me name this toggle false. I want to add another property sensor, which is when clear is false. Alright, so give me a second here. So what this is going to do, if we've toggled off ragdolling, but the ragdolling is still not clear, if we're still in the middle of blending, we want get up animation to play. Alright, so I haven't done this all that polished, haven't worked out all the quirks, but basically what this will do is we will get a different animation when recovering from ragdoll. Okay, see, we need a little blending there. Okay, and this should be play, and yeah, loop stop. Alright, so see, we're not ragdolling, we walk, we ragdoll, we blend to get up animation, and we're walking again. So you know, you could get you could like have different animations and do different evaluations. I'm just doing this quickly. So another thing you probably want to do is have it so you can toggle ragdoll toggle, the property here, with a projectile. Okay, so you might want to do that. What you have to do is have well, you know, if you do it with code, that's more efficient, but I'm explaining it like this for people who don't code. Well, let's see, we have ragdoll toggle, assign true, and we go to our controlling cube here, and let's see if I can select the armature. And we want to have a collision sensor here for property bullet here, and I already have this thing set up here. You can see I have a bullet object and it has bullet property. So here when our empty spawns on this sphere thing, it will spawn a bullet object, and you can see ragdolls. Okay, now if you look closely, you can see, if I turn on physics visualization, you can see the controlling cube is dragged on by the ragdoll. So when you get up, you go to the position you should be in. Okay. So well, I think that's about it. There might be a few oddities here and there, but nothing too serious, I believe. This is pretty much functional. In the future, I will look into having a user interface and other things. The physics body, as it is now, you can see how it's not perfect, right? Like the legs twist kind of funny, the legs and arms twist kind of funny. Um, you can fine tune that if you go here. You can tweak your constraints and physics thing. And you might want to adjust the size of it. I don't know. Uh, what I would like to do in the future is have I have a system in mind that would generate a physics body that adjusts its own scale to the dimensions of the mesh, but that is a little bit more complicated, and I might need a little bit more time to fine tune that, to write that properly. Also because I would need to use more complex shapes. Right now I'm working with just cubes, and to auto generate an accurate representation of the body, well, that might take a little bit more more crazy math. Um, for now, I'm only using a single mesh here. See, so if I go to edit mode, these are all the same mesh instances of the same mesh. So it's well, I feel like this is more effective. But if you have a bigger body, it might a bigger body mesh, like the bigger display mesh. I mean, well, that might be a little bit troublesome. Um, well, we all do what we can. So anyway, I think that's it. I think we're done here. So let's just have this guy fly. Oh yeah, one more thing. If you set your timescale really low, you can see something weird kind of happens. See how the physics isn't is calculated differently. I believe that's the right word here. I'm not sure why. It's definitely not my scripts, just how the engine is managing it. So don't get mad at me. But anyway, yeah, I think that's it. So okay, I'll be waiting for your feedback and whatever. You might find some oddities here and there. You can tell me about them, and I try to fix them and all that. And I'll keep working on this. Hopefully, get it to a more user-friendly state with more options for customization and whatever. But for now, this is good enough. So anyway, that's that. I hope you find this useful. Whatever. Bye.